Hello, my name is Dr. Kendall Sweeney, and this is video 2 on networking do's and don'ts. This second one is about creating a map so that when you go to a networking event, you have a clear plan, you know your objectives, and you know what you're going to do when you're in the room in that hour to 2 hour time frame or whatever it may be, so you are able to navigate the situation and get the most out of it that you can. So, the strategy for how to participate in a networking event includes knowing, like I said, know your objectives, who, how, and what. So it's really important to figure out who are the most important people in that room for you to talk to. Just right when you walk in, can you assess, if you're a healthcare professional, if there's other healthcare professionals in the room, if you're a lawyer, are there other different kinds of lawyers in the room? Et cetera, et cetera. You can kind of fill in the blank, but sort of get an idea of who you think are going to be the best people for you to talk to. Then pay attention, pay really close attention like your life depends on it. This is sort of goes along with video 1 in terms of understand who they are and what they do, and listen to what it is that they say. You're taking notes, you're really actively listening and participating in that regard as to what these people do. And in all of that, when there's the opportunity comes to go and speak with people, it's all about making the connection. You can draw on things that you heard them say to help make that connection, and you can really build rapport because they feel like you were listening and still are listening. And this again sort of ties into video 1 of that idea that it's a giver's game. So then there comes the question again of how can I help the people that can help me? So instead of that really tempting first question of like, oh, how can this person help me? And then you almost want to go and tell them, this is how you can help me, which sometimes is fine, and some people are okay with that, but really, I think a more useful way to go about it is to really consider how can you be helpful to them and start building the relationship from sort of that giving standpoint. So, as far as the map, know who are the most important people to talk to, know what it is that they've said because you've taken notes, and sort of understand how you can use that to build the rapport. And then again, it's listening. So ask some of those questions from that first video. Those questions were, who are you and what do you do? What's one of the biggest challenges that you are facing in your business or at work? What do you think you need to do to fix it? And how can I help? These are some really great questions. And so you listen, you ask those questions, you repeat, and then you offer advice, but in offering the advice, you ask to offer it if you have some to give. You don't just give it, you say, may I offer you some advice? And if they say yes, then you can go ahead and say what it is. So all of these things are really geared towards having worth and relevance in that room. So you go in, you know that one of your objectives is to figure out who are the most important people for you to talk to in the room. You know that it's really important to listen and take notes so that people feel heard. And you want to make sure that you have some form of worth and relevance to them because you want to know how it is that you can help them. Already assuming and knowing that they can help you too, but you want to understand how can I be of help to this person. And it's really great to be the person who knows how to get stuff. If you're the person that comes off knowing, oh, I've got these different suggestions I could offer you, you're the person that's able to help connect people, then you're going to be valuable. You're going to be someone that others really would like to talk to and get to know, and they're going to know that speaking with you will be beneficial for them, and therefore they're going to want to, it just becomes a really good way of relating with these other professionals. So then there's some examples of extroverting versus introverting questions, which are good things to ask. So extroverting questions would be asking them what they think about things that they observe around them. So for example, you could say, what kinds of things do you see happening in your practice or at work that you would like to change? Simple question. And most people are going to have some stuff ready to go because they think about it all day long, stuff that they want to change, wish could change, all that, and they're going to tell you about it. Then more introverting questions are sort of focused on their role in things. An example would be, how do you think you can impact this process? You ask this person, how could you impact that circumstance that you don't like? Or how do you see yourself impacting that process? You're asking a more personal question of what is their role in that and see what they have to say. So basically you figure out what their challenges are stacked up against and what their desires are. And then the whole law of reciprocity is that when you understand those things and you're really genuinely out there trying to help them sort through some of that stuff, reciprocity is such that it's going to come back. So it's really about getting in the right headspace and knowing what it is that your objectives are, and making sure that your objectives are really sort of focused on how you can help others. And in doing so, it really is going to wind up helping you finding people that can help you. So this concludes video number 2 of my brief networking tutorial series. I will be back shortly with video number 3. This is Dr. Kendall Sweeney. I will talk soon.